Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Jamie Samuel reporting, and welcome to episode 8 of my 2022 FIFA World Cup podcast, bringing you the latest updates on the 2022 World Cup. I'm joined again on this podcast by my good mate Sam Savvas. Sam, how are we this evening? Are you pumped for day 3 actions as the sides vie for a knockout stage berth?
Hey mate, thanks for having me on board again. I'm doing terrific, thank you. Very excited to go through the previous action that we have witnessed in the last 24 hours, and I'm looking forward to previewing the next set of games.
Me too. Cameroon played out a thrilling 3-3 draw with Serbia, coming from behind to snatch a late point. Castelletto broke the deadlock for Cameroon in the 29th minute, before Pavlovic headed home the equaliser in the 46th minute, and Milinkovic-Savic gave Serbia a 2-1 half-time lead. Mitrovic made it 3-1 in the 53rd minute, and it looked like it may be curtains for Cameroon. But they hit back, Abu Bakr pulling one back in the 63rd minute before Choupo-Moting was on the end of a low ball crossed in to equalise in the 66th minute and earn a well-earned draw for the African giants who never said die. They keep their tournament alive, but they must beat Brazil to progress and have results go their way. Serbia will face Switzerland in their final game for a place in the last 16. Sam, what an effort from Cameroon to come back the way they did.
Unbelievable, I did not see Cameroon winning this game against Serbia, but that is a brilliant fight back to be down 3-1 for the majority of the game and then to kick 2 goals in 3 minutes against Serbia was just purely incredible, and that's just the sort of action that we have been wanting to see in these World Cup. High-scoring, close games, but we haven't had enough of that so far this World Cup, so hopefully we can get a few more of those sort of games.
Absolutely, totally agree with you. Can you seriously see Serbia beating Switzerland to progress to the knockout stage given they dropped this game?
I mean, it's going to be a tough game for Serbia because Switzerland are a pretty good team in the World Cup because they've got some really good talent as well, and so does Serbia. But my prediction will be a 0-0 draw, I reckon, and anything can happen, of course.
Absolutely. Ghana defeated South Korea in a belting contest 3-2. Ghana scored the opening 2 goals of the game through Salisu in the 24th minute and Mohamed Kudus in the 34th minute. Ghana looked in control at half-time with a 2-0 lead. South Korea hit back, Cho Ji-sung with a double in the 58th and 61st minutes as South Korea drew back level, before Mohamed Kudus stood up yet again with the game-winning goal in the 68th minute. If Ghana draw with Uruguay, it should be good enough to see them through to the last 16, so long as Portugal don't lose to Korea Republic. Sam, what a result for African football.
Wow, incredible. I did not see this result happening at all, but that's a huge surprise, in my opinion, for Ghana to beat South Korea like that. Honestly, they're the huge surprise for me so far in the World Cup, Ghana. So, in saying that, though, I reckon, depending on their next result, they might go all the way through to the round of 16.
Yes. How do they hold the South Americans to the draw and progress to the knockout stages?
They can't really rely on coming from behind again. They need to play with 100% effort and take all their chances, really. They can't waste it against a really good side in Uruguay with Suarez and Darwin Nunez leading up front as well. So they just got to take their chances and go for it, honestly. Otherwise, they're in a bit of strife.
Yeah, it's been a good effort from them regardless of if they get through or not.
Couldn't agree more, mate.
Brazil defeated Switzerland 1-0 to set themselves up for a strong position to qualify for the knockout stages, with a game against Cameroon to come. Casemiro won the game for Brazil in the 82nd minute. They only need to draw the Cameroon game to progress now. Switzerland only need to draw with Serbia to progress to the knockout stages. Sam, Brazil found a way yet again.
Absolutely.
Who can stop them?
No one can. I seriously think Brazil will go all the way. And of course, Casemiro being the saviour, Lord and Saviour for Brazil again. It's not the first time he has saved them through winning massive high games. He's done it for Real Madrid. He's done it for Manchester United since he's crossed over from Real Madrid. And he's doing it again for Brazil. So I reckon Brazil win their next matchup 2-0.
Yeah. Do you feel Switzerland and Brazil will be the ones to progress from Group G?
I reckon so. I think Switzerland will win their next match and they'll qualify.
Yeah, have to agree with you there. Portugal secured their place in the last 16 with a 2-0 victory over Uruguay. 2 goals from Bruno Fernandes with a 54th minute header and a game-winning penalty in the 90th minute. Uruguay is in desperate trouble, sitting bottom of the group with only 1 point from 2 games. If they cannot defeat Ghana, it will mean curtains for the South American heavyweight at a disappointingly early stage. Sam, can you honestly see Uruguay winning their last game as needed based on this current form?
The only way they're going to win is if they really want that and they're really hungry for it. They need to step up. If they lose to Ghana, which I will be very shocked if that happens, I'll be disappointed because I predicted Uruguay as one of the final teams will be in the to make it all the way to the semi-finals.
Yeah, it would be disappointing to see such a team of their talent drop out in only the group stage, especially considering Germany's at risk of going out at the group stage as well.
Absolutely, same thing for Germany. They need to win their next game. Otherwise, it's lights out for them too.
Yeah, what a shame it would be. Do you see Portugal qualifying with a perfect record and winning Group H?
Yes, I do. I reckon Portugal will win their next match and they will progress as one of the only undefeated teams in the World Cup.
Yeah, I agree with you. Seems hard for them to be stopped too. In other news, some exciting upcoming matches include the Netherlands will take on Qatar at the Al Bayt Stadium. They are coming off a 1-1 draw with Ecuador, whilst Qatar's 3-1 loss against Senegal means they've been eliminated. The Dutch are expected to get the victory and claim top spot in Group A. I predict a comfortable 3-0 victory for the Netherlands. Sam, your prediction, please.
I agree with you, mate. I don't see anyone stopping. I don't see Qatar scoring at all against the Netherlands. It just hasn't been their World Cup, even though they're the host nations. I don't see Qatar scoring. I see Netherlands winning, as you said, 3-0.
Yeah. Were you surprised Holland was unable to defeat Ecuador?
I was very shocked, because I thought that would have been a walk in the park, easy game for the Netherlands to beat Ecuador, but Ecuador were onto them and exposed them, and they managed to end up with a draw.
Yes. Ecuador will take on Senegal at the Khalifa International Stadium. Both sides still in the race to qualify for the knockout stages. A draw will be good enough for Ecuador after their impressive 1-1 draw with the Netherlands. Senegal bounced back from their opening game defeat to the Netherlands to defeat the hosts Qatar 3-1 to keep their chances of progression alive. Senegal must beat the South Americans in order to progress, barring an unlikely Qatar victory over the Netherlands. My prediction is a 2-1 victory for Ecuador and progression for the South Americans. Sam, do you feel the same way?
Honestly, I do, but I'm not 100% sure if Senegal will get the job done. Like you said, it's a must-win for them if they're going to make it through to the next stage. So, in my opinion, I reckon Ecuador just 1-0, unfortunately, and I think Senegal will miss out.
I tend to agree with you there. What can Senegal do to break down the South Americans and secure progression against the odds?
Simple. The answer is win. Score a goal. Doesn't matter how you do it, when it happens. Win and defend. That's all they can do. And that's the only way Senegal are going to make it through. They need to score goals and win this massive game.
Yes, very tough prospect. Wales will take on England at the Ahmed bin Ali Stadium. England with a chance to win the group with a victory following their disappointing draw against the USA. Wales were outclassed by Iran from 2 late goals from Chesmi and Ramin Rezaeian. They face elimination unless they can cause another World Cup shock and defeat England, and Iran draw with the USA, plus the goal difference factor. My prediction is a comfortable 3-0 victory for England as they win Group B. Sam, who wins this game for you and why?
Easy. England are going to be too strong, I reckon. They'll win it 1-0 or 2-0 at best. I just think Wales have been outclassed this whole tournament and they've just been really unlucky, unfortunately. But in those sort of circumstances, I see England winning in a big way. and making a statement for the rest of the World Cup.
Me too. What can England do differently to turn around the form from their disappointing draw with the USA?
I reckon just execution on their chances at goal and play better football as a team, as a unit. And also, if they can do that, they'll get the win and they'll go all the way for the first time in a long time, I reckon.
Absolutely. It would be great to see England dive deep into the tournament. Iran will take on the USA at Al Thumama Stadium. This should be the match that determines who goes through to the knockout stages. Considering Iran's groundbreaking victory over Wales, they have the chance to create history and advance to the knockout stage for the first time. A draw should be good enough depending on other results. The USA can advance with a victory. I predict a 2-1 victory for the US as they clinch a knockout berth. Sam, who wins and progresses for you?
I mean, USA can't really afford a draw, to be honest. That was my prediction, but if they're going to have to go through, they have to score big, especially with the goal difference. So my prediction is USA wins 2-0.
Reasonable prediction. What can Iran do to break down the US, who impressively held England to a draw and are heavily favoured to go through?
If Iran do the same thing as what they did against England, keep them to a 0-0 draw, I reckon anything can happen. But again, that will be really bad for the US. And if Wales do the unthinkable and beat England tomorrow, and if it's a draw between the US and Iran, it will basically depend on the goal difference.
Absolutely. And that concludes episode 8 of my 2022 FIFA World Cup podcast. Sam, thanks so much for your time tonight yet again.
My pleasure, mate. Thank you for having me on board. I'm looking forward to this next day of action and to what looks like the end of the knockout stages.
Group stages. Remember, if you are keen to be a guest on this podcast, you can reach me on my email in the video description or via the LinkedIn profile in the description. I look forward to bringing you more action in the next 24 hours.